Well, folks, buckle up. Stocks are getting worse. SoFi's dumping. Volatility's back. Well, it never really left. And oil is ripping again. Brent hit $119 a barrel, and we have to break down why in this video. So, guys, cheers. Take a sip of your coffee. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Join the Patreon for my portfolio updates and my private Discord. That's linked down below. And now, let's get into it again. We're going to break down SoFi. We're going to go over the stock market and go over what is going on overseas, causing the VIX to spike, oil to go up again. Again, Brent hit 119 a barrel, and every index is down right now. We might as well start right there. The S&P is down 0.75%. Now, SPY is taking out the lows from 2 weeks ago, about a week, 2 weeks ago. We hit about $656 a share, roughly, $657 in that ballpark. And this morning we got down to $655. So we're not completely taking that low out, but guys, we are starting to get under it. And you can see it right here that clearly this descending triangle is playing out. It's starting to play out, and we're now trading at, multi-month lows. And did I not say this yesterday? I literally said this yesterday. I was like, guys, if we take out 655, 660, which now we are, we have a wide open gap down to 648, 650. That's where I think SPY's going in the short term. And on the Qs, if I pull this up, you guys see this right here. Wide open gap down to about 580, 582. That's where I think this is going in the short term, as this descending triangle is now playing out. We're at a multi-week low pretty much, really about a 10-day low. And clearly, it looks like we're on a one-way ticket to, 580, 582 on the Qs here. And why is this happening? Well, things in the Middle East are escalating. Obviously, are you surprised? I'm not surprised. A week ago, Trump said, we're getting there. He declared victory, didn't he, at some point? Or, prematurely saying, we're getting close to the light at the end of the tunnel. And, we have to realize President Trump does and says whatever it takes to keep the market afloat. I mean, we all know that. He did that literally this day right here, I believe, where the Qs got back to 610, 612. We had a nice little rebound, and now we've given back all those gains. So this is why I've been sitting on cash. I haven't made any investments really the last week at this point. I haven't really bought any stocks. I mean, this might be the longest I've gone in a while without buying or at least adding to my to certain positions. I'm just waiting it out here, guys. I'm sitting on that cash. I'm still depositing money into my portfolio, right? But I'm just keeping it in cash. And what you have to realize, cash is a position. A lot of you guys know that, but some people don't realize that. And when you have cash sitting in a money market, in your brokerage, it's actually gaining interest, like 3.5%, depending on the rate. So that's where I'm at. I'm waiting for this to shake out a little bit. Obviously, I'm still heavily invested in this market, but I want to have some dry powder on the sidelines, and I'm stacking that up, getting that nice money market rate, waiting for potentially lower prices. If the Qs get down to 570, 580, we're going to see some nice prices on these stocks that I want to just add more to. I got close to adding more Nvidia today, but I'm like, let me wait it. Let me wait this out, see how it goes over the coming days, and maybe we can get it in the mid-low 170s. Now it's at 178, which I think is a great price, here, but maybe we get it at 170. Even tomorrow, or maybe at some point next week, And SoFi at this point is down 2.2%, trading at $16.80. So Noto better be firing that buy button right now, guys. He bought more shares. That was 2 days ago. After he bought about $1 million worth like 2 weeks ago, so Noto's buying, but that's not enough to keep the stock up. And of course, we all know with muddy waters what's going on with SoFi. I'm curious if they're still in they're short, or if they're, I mean, they said in their report that they would probably cover maybe all of their short right after publishing that report. So I'm curious if they did that. Maybe they have some of their short still on, because hey, if they have that short still on, man, they're looking good today. They're making some money. And at this point, it kind of looks like SoFi might fall through 1650. Kind of looks like we're about to do that, which I've been talking about, right? And now with the Middle East conflict escalating, oil's going up like crazy. Yesterday we got news from the Fed that inflation might be higher than expected for longer than expected. This could bring down the stock price even further, maybe down to 15, maybe down to $14. That's what I'm waiting for, right? I'm being very patient on this name, like I've been saying. So, man, let's see. Do you think Noto is going to buy more? I think he will if this thing touches, especially the low 16s, but definitely in the 15s. He's going to be buying a bunch more, which, again, it is good to see your CEO do that. I've said that throughout these videos. I genuinely believe SoFi is nearing a bottom. Again, now with the Middle East conflict escalating, I don't know when that's going to end. Maybe that brings us down a little bit more, but I just don't see it going much lower than $14, $15. So, I mean, it's getting hit today, but it's like, how much lower is it going to go? I just don't see it coming down much more. What do you guys think? Let me know. And with that being said, let me now come over here and show you what's going on overseas, why we're getting this pop in oil, right? Stocks going down, uncertainties on the rise again. I mean, it never really left, but we can see gas field attacks. Iran escalated strikes on energy sites in neighboring Gulf states. I believe this was overnight, including a key facility in Qatar in response to an Israeli attack on South Pars, the world's biggest gas field, right? And oil and gas prices, like we saw, soared again as the strikes intensified the global energy crisis. And now President Donald Trump said there would be no further attacks on South Pars unless Iran attacks Qatar again, in which case the United States will massively blow up the entirety of the gas field. Trump said the U.S. knew nothing about the Israeli attack, though a senior official close to Qatar's leaders disputed that to NBC News. We can see European leaders now are seeking to stabilize oil prices, and they said they were ready to join appropriate efforts to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, where Iran has attacked ships to effectively block the vital shipping waterway. Meanwhile, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has floated easing sanctions on Iranian oil stranded on tankers to shore up supplies. And we can see here an F-35 hit over Iran. A U.S. F-35 made an emergency landing today after suspected enemy fire, according to an official familiar with the incident. And we can see the U.S. is now targeting missile sites near the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. said it struck Iranian missile sites along the coast of the strait. Iran's parliament speaker, one of the regime's powerful surviving figures, said the strait won't return to its pre-war status. So there you have it, guys. I mean, it's not ending anytime soon, it seems like, right? The escalation is there. It's escalating as we speak. And the fact that we're seeing, the strait is not going to be the way it was, during the pre-war time, you know what I mean? Now we're seeing Trump giving new threats after Iran is escalating, right? Attacking these neighboring Gulf states, including a key facility in Qatar. So it's like, yeah, it makes sense why oil, Brent, hit 119 a barrel. If I show you guys this chart right here, let me pull it up. Now we're at 108 a barrel, so we have come down. But it makes sense why we saw this sudden spike after seeing a bit of a drawdown. I mean, look, Brent hit 119 a barrel back in the 9th or on the 9th of March. Then it came down all the way to 80. And the fact that it's now back well over 100, it hit 109 or 119 again. Now it's at 109. That is not a great sign, guys. That oil prices are stabilizing, that they're coming down. Clearly they're not. Clearly they're not. At least Brent crude is just pretty much right back where it was when this all popped off, when it all started a couple weeks ago. So not a good sign, especially for inflation, which again, we already saw Powell yesterday say that it's going to be higher than expected for potentially longer than expected. That's not ideal. So, man, Trump's got to end this conflict, this war, whatever you want to call it. I mean, yeah, it's a war, but I don't want to say that too much because I feel like the videos get. I don't know if YouTube's like that anymore or whatever. If the videos get shadow banned, I doubt it. But yeah, I mean, Trump. We have to figure this out. We have to figure out how to end this, how to get to the light at the end of the tunnel. Because the reality is, man, if oil prices are higher for a lot longer than expected, inflation's going to come in higher than expected. The Fed's already warning about this, and that's not going to be good for the economy, for the United States economy, for the stock market. For people that are looking for jobs, the labor market. For anything. This is not good. This is not good. So we need to figure this out. We need to get to the end of this sooner rather than later. And in Donald Trump fashion, I think that that's going to happen because, listen, at the end of the day, President Donald Trump, has a huge ego, right? Massive ego. And midterms are coming up. Guys, they're coming up pretty soon here. So if you think President Donald Trump is going to be in this conflict for a sustained period of time where oil prices are going to be elevated, gas prices at the pump are going through the roof right now, which the average American can't stand that, right? I mean, look, if you make a lot of money, who gives a crap, right? But that hurts the average American big time. And again, it increases the cost of doing business across the world, which then gets passed on to the consumer, which then the consumer blames the president, right? People in the government. So it's like all of this stuff is a negative storm for Donald Trump heading into the midterms to the point where he's going to end this ASAP. He needs oil to come down. He needs the stock market back towards highs. He needs unemployment to come down. He needs the labor market to cool off. He needs not to cool off, but to get healthier. He needs rate cuts. He needs rate cuts, right? But in this environment where oil's up, we're not going to get rate cuts. So the incentive for President Donald Trump to get this done, to finish the job, if you will, or to end this war, the incentive is higher than ever now, in my opinion, as a lot of people in the country, except for MAGA, his diehard supporters, a lot of people are turning on the president and kind of seeing his, I don't want to say true colors, but, kind of realizing, oh, we're in this conflict now, we're in this war, things are terrible for the average American, the labor market, inflation, at the pump, gas is going up. People are starting to turn on him, but I think he's going to reverse course because of that. And as we're getting into the midterms, I don't know. What do you guys think? At this point, I think that's what's going to play out. And yeah, it's interesting times. Oil is up, like I said. Silver is now collapsing. It's safe to say silver is probably not going back to $100 an ounce anytime soon based on these charts. I know I might get some flack on that in the comments, but I mean, come on. This chart does not look like silver wants to go back to 100. I mean, it will at some point. It might be, months from now, but if you think silver is going to go right back to 100 looking like this chart, I got some bad news for you. This looks pretty rough. Looks like a descending triangle. The bulls are running out of steam. Volume's down like crazy. So silver's down another 8% today. Gold's collapsing 6% down. So safe havens are down. I guess you can say that's a decent sign. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's uncertain times, no doubt, and President Donald Trump, like I've said throughout the end of this video, he needs to wrap it up over there, and I think he will sooner rather than later, to save his own you know what in the midterms. That's the reality, right? That's the reality. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe, join my Patreon for my portfolio updates and my private Discord. All those links are down below, pinned in the comments as well, or simply go to stassurfs.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you all in the next video.